Hello everyone. Today it's take two for my 182 2020 movies that's on ranked. Good old YouTube wanted to remove my video that had most of my ranking on it, and they removed it, which was bad because I needed you. I was gonna out to on there, but YouTube decided to remove it. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing it all again. Why YouTube? Why did you have to do this video? I literally just have to talk about bad movies. That's not fun. Absolutely not fun. Anyway, this is not going to be an hour long. This is probably only going to be like 50 minutes. Just because I don't want to split it into two. And yeah. So you already probably know my bottom 10. Last place at 182 is The Murder of Nicole Brown Simpson. People probably know this, that I didn't love this movie. I didn't love it. Well, people should probably know that because it's my least favourite movie of 2020. And yeah, number 182 is The Murder of Nicole Brown Simpson. At 181 is Fantasy Island. Mostly same feelings with... Oh, wait, no. This movie is a whole lot better than The Murder of Nicole Brown Simpson, but this movie is still bad. Fantasy Island, I was a little bit looking forward to this movie, but it didn't work out. I could see where it was going, but it still didn't work out for me. This movie was just not good that I was looking forward to, but it just disappointed me. At 180, we have Dangerous Lies. This is a Netflix movie that came out on April 30th, starring Camila Mendes from Riverdale, I think it was. I hate this movie. I think it's trying to, can't even speak. It was trying to go like a thriller route. I could see where it was going, but still not good. I still don't like this movie. And yes, I just didn't like it. Dangerous Lies is 180. 179 is Artemis Fowl. This movie, surprisingly, did end up in my top 10, bottom 10. I thought it was actually going to get up to my high on my list, but nope. This was a huge, disappointing movie that I found. This is not the most disappointing movie I watched, but it was very disappointing because I was really looking forward to this movie because the trailers were good that I found, and I was looking forward to this movie, and it kind of just ruined my expectations and just went down the drain and just like, no, never again. Oh, controversy. 178 is Jingle Jangle: A Christmas Journey. I know people love this movie, but for me, it's not my thing. I saw where it was going with like the Christmas vibes, and I did like it, but the whole movie was just boring and just unwatchable. I couldn't watch this movie, and I sorry about that. And I put it at 178 because it's not my thing. 177 is Songbird. Where do I start? People should already know this movie is not my thing. I think it was a bit too early to... I think it was a bit too early to do like one of these movies. But I just didn't really enjoy it as what I was expecting. But just not my thing, really. I was not looking forward to this movie. I mean, Bradley Whitford was in this, and I was like, oh yeah, I like him as an actor. And Craig Robinson was in it. I was like, oh yeah. So I watched it, and I still hated it. 176 is The Jesus Rolls. This movie was not disappointing because I knew it was going to be terrible, but I'm really surprised that it actually wasn't this. Well, I was surprised that it's this high because I seriously did not like this movie, but I guess there's more not good, terrible movies either than this movie. But not a good movie that I really enjoyed. Not my thing. And yeah, 176 is a Jesus Rolls. Whoa. 175 is Cats and Dogs 3 Paws Unite. Have I done a review for this? I don't think I have. But wow. This movie, jeez. I don't like this movie. The trailers just looked like it was a made-for-TV movie. But it was released in the cinemas. And I didn't like it. Overall, not a good movie that I highly recommend to people. This is probably for like a 3-year-old. Well, kind of, I don't even know. But it was not my thing. I didn't enjoy Cats and Dogs 3 Paws Unite, and I'm happy that I'm never going to watch this again, but I'm sad that I actually watched this. Yes, 175 is Cats and Dogs 3 Paws Unite. At 174 is Behind You. This movie, I thought was going to be good. Still not good. Didn't like this movie. I was looking forward to this movie. Really disappointed me. Didn't like this movie one bit. It's not my thing that I would recommend people. And yeah. 173, the last movie that got onto my bottom 10 is Fatal Affair. This is with Nia Long and Omar Epps. It was basically this girl meets up with this guy. They were like friends or like her boyfriend or something like ages ago, and he wants to get back or something, and then he gets all psycho and tries to kill her. Yeah. I don't remember. I think that's how it worked. I don't even know. I haven't watched this movie since July 16th. Didn't like this movie. Not my thing. It was really unwatchable for me. I was really suffering through this movie that I didn't enjoy this movie one bit. Whew. Now we're done my bottom 10. I'm going to take a quick break and I'll be back. And I'm back to do 172 to 163. Let's get started. 172 we have 365 days. This is basically 50 Shades movie, but I thankfully skipped the something. And I watched the rest, and it was not a good movie. Didn't enjoy it. Not my thing. Didn't really have fun with it. Just didn't really enjoy this movie as what I expected. And yeah. 171 is The Empty Man. This movie was a movie I dislike. Very terrible horror movie that people should not watch because you will not like it like I didn't. I'm glad I hated this movie because if I like this movie, I'm like, what the hell's wrong with me? But yeah, no, this movie's just not good. I highly don't recommend this movie. I highly don't recommend this movie to anyone who's watching this. Just don't watch this movie. You will literally hate yourself for watching this. 170 is Sean Chandler's talks about worst movie of 2020, and that is Desperados. Surprisingly, didn't make my bottom 10. And the girl, the main characters from Aladdin, the 2019 one, she was fine. Not really. This movie overall is just not good. I think what Sean Chandler thinks about this movie, which is not good. And that's what I think. It's not good. It's not a good movie that I like. I would probably not watch this movie again, because it's just not a good movie that I would never watch. 169 is Radioactive. This movie is just not good. I didn't like this movie one bit. People might like it, that's their opinion, but for me, just a boring movie that I found not interesting, not getting me hooked. Just a boring movie that I found very unwatchable. 168 is Swallow. I heard people have watched this movie. What the hell did I say? I don't even know. This movie is just not good. Didn't like this movie as what I expected. Just not a good movie that I found and interesting. Maybe people would like it, but for me, I was just not really interested in this movie, and it was just a bit boring, if that's the right word to use. It's not my kind of thing. 167 is The Turning. This I would say this was close of getting into my bottom 10, but it surpassed that stage and moved on to the 167. That's where it wants to place. That's where I place it. This movie, terrible horror movie. I was really looking forward to this movie because of Finn Wolfhard, who's in this movie. He's from the It movies and Stranger Things. So I was looking forward to him because he's a great actor. Well, he is a really good actor. I was like, oh yeah, The Turning, Finn Wolfhard. Oh yeah, I'd watch it. Didn't like it. It's not one of the worst movies of 2020, but it's one of the worst horror movies of 2020. It's still not good. I do not recommend this movie to anyone. 166 is John Henry. So this is with Terry Crews and Chris Ludacris Bridges. I was looking forward to this movie. I was looking forward because I love Terry Crews from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and other stuff. And then Chris Ludacris Bridges from the Fast and Furious franchise. So I love both of them as actors because they are really good actors. But together in a movie, that's just when it hits me. Hits me right there. And just very disappointing. I was looking forward, like I said, I was looking forward to this movie because of John Heron, because of Terry Crews and Chris Ludacris Bridges. I love both of them as actors. They're really good actors. And 166 is John Henry. At 165, we have The Kissing Booth. I don't think anyone was asking for The Kissing Booth 2. I was talking about The Kissing Booth 2. Sorry, I said The Kissing Booth. I mean The Kissing Booth 2. No one was asking for this movie. I could see no one was. But they made it. And oh my god. It's still absolutely bloody terrible. One of the worst romance movies I've seen. If I had to watch the first or the second, I would probably go with the first. Because this movie is basically the same with the first one. Just still not good. The Kissing Booth 2 was just not a movie I enjoyed one bit. 164 is Brahms the Boy 2. Is that how you say it? I don't know. I'm not a massive fan of The Boy. But when I heard that there was going to be The Boy 2, I was going, oh yeah. I wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to watch this. I'm going to watch this so much. I love this so. I'm just so pumped. I was like, oh yeah. I watched it. Didn't really like it. Not my thing. Maybe people like it. but for me, just didn't really like it as what I expected for this movie. But that's my opinion. And end of this part, well, not part one, but is The Night Clerk. This movie was not a movie I was looking forward to. The main character, the main person in this movie is from Ready Player One, I think it was. So I was like, oh yeah, I would watch it. I didn't like it though. No, don't like it at all. I could see where this movie was going, and it was not going in a direction I was wanting it to go in. But it went in there, and I just didn't like it. This movie was just not a movie that I found really interesting in what I was wanting for this movie, but just not my kind of movie that I enjoyed. And there we go. I'm just going to take a quick break, and yeah. And I'm back to do 162 to 153. Hold up. 162 is The Grudge. I didn't like this movie. I knew I wasn't going to like this movie because I've never been a massive fan of the other Grudge movies. So when I heard that they were going to make another one, I was like, I wasn't really intrigued to watch this movie, but I was going to watch it anyway. Still hated it. Didn't love it. I know people probably like it. Don't know if I don't know if people like it, but for my opinion, just a waste of my time. Didn't like this movie one bit, and I highly don't recommend this movie to anyone. 161 is The Road's Not Taken. This movie I didn't enjoy. I didn't like. Not my thing that I found that I was interested in, but just didn't really like The Road's Not Taken, and that's 161. At 160 we have his Valley Girl. So this is a remake or a reboot or something of the first one with Nicolas Cage, and this movie's with the girl from Happy Death Day. So I was like, oh yeah, she's a good enough actress. So, and then the crap YouTuber Logan Paul, I think that's his name. I don't bloody know. Was in this as well. Didn't love this movie. Not my thing. I would rather watch the Nicolas Cage one than this movie. Just my opinion that I have. And yeah. 159 is a new release that it came out last month or last year, or December 2020. And then is Monster Hunter. Where do I begin? I like the video games. I've never played them, but I see people play them and they look really fun. And I heard when they were going to watch this, I heard that they were going to make a movie. So I watched it and I didn't like it. It was not my thing that I found interesting one bit. I didn't like this movie. It's not my thing that I found interested in. Maybe people like it, that's their opinion, but for me, just not my thing. 158 is American Pie Girls' Rules. This movie really disappointed me because I'm a massive fan of the American Pie and American Pie 2. So when I heard that they were going to do like a remake or a reboot of American Pie with girls, I was like, I don't think there's going to be the spark of the first and the second. And it wasn't. And plus, this movie was absolutely terrible anyway. It's like these girls are trying to get this guy to date. I don't even know what the hell this movie is about. But it's a boring movie. I didn't like this movie. Not my thing. I wouldn't watch this movie again. No, I wouldn't watch it. Because it's just a boring movie that I didn't really like. And yeah, that's 159, American Pie Girls' Rules. At 157 we have is Like a Boss. This movie, I was intrigued to watch it. I know this was an absolutely terrible movie, and people might hate me for this, but I was really intrigued to watch this movie because I thought, oh yeah. But why? Just why did I think I was intrigued for this movie? This movie was absolutely terrible. I didn't like this movie at all. This is probably one of the worst comedies I've seen this last year. Sorry, I said this year, sorry. We're in 2021. But this movie was just not my thing that I found really interesting and yeah, 157 is Like a Boss. 156 is A Fall from Grace. I didn't like this movie. I know people might enjoy this movie. I don't know if people do or not. But for me, just not my thing that I really liked. Wasn't intrigued for this movie, but overall, just not a movie that I found really interesting and enjoying to watch. And 156 is Fall from Grace. 155 is Gretel and Hansel. This movie I was not looking forward to, just because of what I've heard of the movie, and heard that it was not good. So when I watched it, it was not good. I didn't like this movie. My opinion, just didn't really like it as much as I wanted, but that's just my opinion that I had with this movie, that I found it not interesting. 154 is Underwater. This movie I didn't find interesting. Didn't like it. Kirsten Stewart was fine. Just not my thing that I found interesting. 154 is Underwater. 153 is The Lodge. I know people probably love this movie, but for me, I didn't like it. I thought it was not good. Just not my thing that I found interesting to watch. But yeah, 153 is The Lodge. Oh, we're going to stop. I'll take a quick break and we'll be back. And I'm back to do 152 to 143. At 152 we have Looks That Kill. This movie is with the dude from 13 Reasons Why. Where do I even start? This movie, it was not good. I didn't like this movie. Just not my thing that I found interesting in to watch. But yeah, just not my thing. 151 is Capone. This movie I didn't like. No, didn't like it. People might like it, that's your opinion, but for me, just not my thing that I found interesting and to watch. But I just didn't really enjoy it as what I was expecting. Tom Hardy was meh, but the movie overall is just bad. 150 is Go, or is it like Go-Kart or something? I don't even know what it's called. And this movie was a movie I was not looking forward to, but I watched it anyway, and I didn't like it. Just not my thing. Just didn't enjoy it. I didn't like it. Just not my kind of movie that I found intrigued of watching, but overall, just not my thing. 150 is Go. 149 is The Craft Legacy. This movie I found boring. This was a boring movie. But I watched it. I didn't like it. No. Did I find it interesting? No. Did I find it fun to watch? No. Did I like it? No. I already said that. But just not a good movie that I liked. Maybe people might enjoy it. I don't know. But for me, just a boring movie that I found very boring. 148 is The Witches from 2020. This might be low for some people, but for me, I didn't enjoy this movie at all. It's not my thing that I really liked. That's just my opinion that I didn't really enjoy it as what I was expecting. Maybe people like The Witches 2020, but for me, that was not my thing. 147 is A Sleepover. This movie, where do I start? Okay. This is where we start into the okays. This movie's okay. I know that this is like a dumb movie, but for me, it's okay. It's not that bad. People might love it, people might hate it, but for me, it's just an okay movie. I thought it was okay. It was fine at all. It was just an okay movie. And yeah, 147 is The Sleepover. 146 is Dolittle. This movie I was looking forward to it. Because like we saw the cast, and then we saw that Robert Downey Jr. was going to play Dolittle. I was like, yeah, I'm interested in this. I watched it. Not good. I didn't like this movie. Just not my thing that I really was intrigued of watching. But just not my thing that I really enjoyed as what I was wanting. But yeah, 146 is Dolittle. 145 is Guns Akimbo. So this is with Daniel Radcliffe. And it's basically, he's like this, doesn't he like an app designer or something? And then like these people come and like nail guns into his hands. And then he has to try and kill this person called Nix. And it's like this video you can watch. It's like a live stream. People can watch it around the world. And yeah. It was okay. It was fine. 144 is My Spy. I didn't surprisingly watch this till November. It was November or October. Because I heard things about this movie, and that was not really my kind of thing. I watched the trailer. Didn't really like the trailer. I watched the movie. It was okay. I thought it was actually going to be bad, but it was just an okay movie. It's with Dave Bautista. He did okay for this movie. I thought it was fine. And yeah, 144 is My Spy. Now to end off this round thing, we have Coffee and Cream. This movie I found not interesting. I didn't like this movie. I know people probably like it, but for me, Coffee and Cream, well, it was not interesting, but it was fine. It was just a meh movie. I watched this on Saturday, just to rewatch it. I don't know why I wanted to rewatch it, but it was an okay movie. People might hate it, but I found it okay. But yeah, 143 is Coffee and Cream. I'm going to take a break and we'll be back soon. Now I'm back to do 142 to 133. So let's get started. 142 is Hubie Halloween. This movie I found was okay. People might not like this movie, but for me, I found it an okay movie that I found it okay. Adam Sandler I didn't like his voice. Like his voice was like, I can't even speak his voice because it's that bad. But you got your normal Adam Sandler cast, Kevin James. Who else? Rob Schneider and others. But yeah, this movie was just not good. Oh, good. 141. Oh. Well, no, Hubie Halloween was okay, 141 is The War with Grandpa. I watched this in September, I think it was. I watched it in the cinemas just because I was like, I got nothing else to do today. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll just pop into my cinemas to watch The War with Grandpa. I found it okay. It's definitely for kids. I can tell you it's definitely for kids. But this movie was just an okay movie. I found it okay. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It was just an okay movie. Robert De Niro was fine. Rob Riggle was in this movie. The dude from 21 Jump Street. Middle school, worst years of my life. He was fine in this movie. Christopher Walken was in this movie. He did good. And yeah, this movie was just an okay movie. And it's at 141, sorry. 140 is Mosul or something. This movie, I was not really interested in watching. But I watched this movie anyway. I didn't like it. I wasn't really intrigued of watching this movie. But I watched it anyway. And I didn't like it. I didn't find it as interesting as I wanted it. I mean, it was okay. I had fun, if I say that. I had fun with it. But yeah, it's just an okay movie that I found okay. But this movie overall is just a okay, fine enough movie that maybe people like, maybe people don't like. But for me, I just found it okay, in my opinion. But yeah, 140 is Mosul or something. I don't even know how to say it. 139 is The Occupant. This movie was fine enough. It's a Netflix movie that I found fine. Maybe people like this movie, maybe people don't. But for me, I found this movie fine. Didn't love it, didn't hate it, just an okay movie. Maybe people like it, maybe people don't, I don't know, but I thought it was an okay movie. For my opinion, I think maybe people like this movie. I'd probably say people like this movie, I don't know. But for me, I found it an okay movie. People might like it. I already said that. Don't really know what else to say about this. It was a fine enough movie. Yeah, just an okay movie that I found fine. 138 is Vampire versus the Bronx. This movie was okay. I would give it that. It's an okay movie. People might like it, but for me, I found it just okay. I love vampire movies, so I got something good about that. So yeah, I was intrigued for this movie, but overall, just a fine enough movie. Came out of on Halloween month or October 2nd on Netflix, and yes, it is definitely a Netflix movie. But this movie was just fine enough. I found it fine. I enjoyed some of it. It was like a 50-50. People might like it, people might hate it. Just an okay movie. 137 is Baby Teeth. This movie, who's in this? I forgot who's in this. Hold up. Who's in this? There. Okay, so we got Tom Wallace, Elizabeth Scanlon, Ben Mendelsohn, Elise Davis. I don't even know. I know who Eliza Scanlon is. She has another movie on my list that's really high on this. Wait, is it? Is she in that? Yeah, The Devil All the Time. Yeah, it's really high on my list. Oh, she's even in Australia. She was born in Sydney, Australia. Oh, yeah. But anyway, this movie was just okay. 136 is Sea Fever. This movie I found it fine. Just an okay movie that I found okay. It was just okay. What was it called again? Sea Fever. So I'm just trying to search up. But this movie was just fine enough. Maybe people like it, maybe people don't. I mean, who do we have? Literally no one I know. Literally know no one in this movie. Hermione Cornfield, Connie Nelson, or something. Daggery Scott, Jack Hickey. I literally know no one. Yeah, but it's like, it was a fun enough horror movie that I found fine. People might like it, people might hate it, but for me, it was just an okay movie that I found. But yeah, 136 is Sea Fever. 135 is We Summon the Darkness. This movie I found fine, really. Didn't love it, didn't hate it, just an okay movie. Maybe people like it, maybe people don't. But for me, I just found it like an interesting movie. Yeah, I was intrigued, if you say that. This movie, we got Alexander Daddario, Johnny Knoxville, and who's that? Maddie Hayson. I think that's how you say her name. Yeah, it's fine. Just an okay movie. It's probably not for me, but I found it okay. I like Johnny Knoxville in this movie. He's quite good, and Alexander Daddario's good. Maddie Hasten's good. Yeah, this movie's just a good movie that I found fine. 134 is The Call of the Wild. I was really looking forward to this movie because we got Harrison Ford, which I absolutely love Harrison Ford because like Indiana Jones, Star Wars, like he's in like all the good movie franchises. And in this movie, he was really good. I think this movie was really, well, it was okay, but Harrison Ford's acting in this movie was really good. I mean, he's a great actor. You cannot say that. But he was just really good. I love the Call of the... Well, Harrison Ford as an actor. But in this movie, he was really good. I do enjoy this movie. I liked it. I found it okay. Not a movie I would rewatch, but I found it like an okay movie that I somewhat enjoyed. This movie was okay because I love movies with dogs in them. It just might be a weird thing, but yeah, that's just me. 133 is Buffaloed. This movie's with Zoe Dutch. And what movies? Oh god, Jesus Christ, my bad. Hold up. No bad. Who's in there? Sorry, I can't see my head, but Buffaloed. We have. Just gonna squeeze me down. Hold up. There we go. We got Zoe Dutch, Judy Greer, Jai Courtney, Brian Sucker, Jermaine Fowler, Noah Reid. Yes, that's a fine enough cast. And I got like got 79% on Rotten Tomatoes. Does that mean I hate it? I don't even know. But yeah, I found it like an okay movie. Didn't love it, didn't hate it. Just an okay movie that I found. And we're gonna stop there. And I'm back. I'm just having technical difficulties. Not that, but like, with my cutting it into 3, because I'm trying to cut it into 3 because I was gonna do 182 to 120, but then if I half 120, because we can't do 120 because we're going to be doing it today. But then if I do 119 divided by 2, that'll be 59.5. So I'm not even good at math. So I would do 60 on one, and then 59 on another, and then 59 plus 60. 59 plus 6. Oh god. 60 equals 119. Okay. So we'll do 60 on 1 and 59. So I'm thinking I'm doing 59 on the part 3, and 60 on the next. Okay. Never mind, I'll fix it out. Okay, we got it. Anyway, 132 is, because you're doing 132 to 123. Then we're going to stop it. God, wait, what was we? We're stopping at 120k. Sorry, I'm just fixing what I'm doing. Okay. 132 is The Assistant. This movie was a movie that I thought was not good. No, it's okay. Not my kind of thing, but just an okay movie. It was okay. It was fine. Yeah, there's nothing really much to say about it. 131 is Animal Crackers. I was looking forward to this movie because we got a good cast like Emily Blunt, Danny DeVito, John Krasinski, Ian McKellen, and Sylvester Stallone. And it's about these animals that eat crackers and they get powers. It's not the best story I've heard, but I was looking forward to this movie, and it was very disappointing. I was really looking forward to this movie, but yes, disappoint me movie. Congratulations. Sorry, that was loud. Animal Crackers. Where do I start? This movie was fun. I liked it. Just an okay movie, but was disappointed. 130 is Trolls World Tour. This is not one of the worst movies of 2020. Yeah, that's right, Sean. Chandler talks about. Yeah, you put it at number 10, I think it was. We were number 10 worst movie of 2020. I put it 130, which means it's not even my bottom 10. I think this movie's okay. I think it's a fun enough movie. There are some troubles with it, like how Poppy and Barb start a girl group. Yeah, I didn't really like that. But overall, the movie's just an okay movie. 129 is Ultras. This movie was okay. I found it fine. Just an okay movie that I thought was okay. Didn't hate it. I didn't love it. Just an okay movie. People might like it, but for me, I just found it like an okay movie that I found okay. Just a fine movie. Yeah, that was okay. Didn't hate it. I didn't love it. Just an okay movie that maybe people like. I already said that. I can't even think of stuff. But it was a fine enough movie. That I found fine. Just fine. 128 is Escape from Pinatoria or something. With Daniel Radcliffe and Daniel Webber. This movie, I was not looking forward to this. When I saw the trailers, didn't really intrigue me. When I watched the movie, it was fine. It was fine. Didn't hate it. Didn't love it. Just an okay movie. It's like a 50-50 movie that I love and I hate. Just it's like a love and hate relationship with the movie. Just fine enough movie. I thought it was fine. Maybe people think it's good. Well, like great or perfect, but for me, I found it just fine enough to watch. I think it's a fine enough movie that I found fine. But yeah, 128 is Escape from Pinatoria. Yeah. Ooh. 127 is The Willoughbys. This movie, I was looking forward to it. I found it quite interesting to watch, and I thought it was fine. Didn't hate it. I didn't love it. Just an okay movie that I found fine. People might like it. People might hate it. But I found it fine. That's my opinion. That other people have different opinions. My opinion is I found it like a fine movie that I found fine. Maybe people love it. I just found it fine. I like the animation. Like animation as a genre. It's a good genre. But in this movie, I think it was a fine enough movie. It's on Netflix if you want to watch it. Yeah, I think it was a fine enough animation movie. Yeah, people might hate it, people might love it, but for me, I'm just straight in the middle. Just a fine enough movie. 126 is my second to last film that I watched in my third to last film I watched in 2020 was The Midnight Sky. It's directed by George Clooney, starring George Clooney, and I found this movie okay. People might hate it, people might love it. It's like a controversy movie. Well, not really, but I think it's a bit too underrated, really. Because George Clooney was fine in this movie. It's on Netflix if you want to watch it, but this movie was just a fine enough movie. I thought it was fine. I think it was okay. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. Just an okay movie that I found fine. Maybe people love it. Maybe people hate it. Just a love and hate relationship with this movie. Really, that I found just an okay movie that I found okay. But yeah, The Midnight Sky is a movie that some people might like, but for me, I think it was fine. 125 is Love Guaranteed. This movie, it was fine. I found it okay. It was not the worst. It was not the best. It was just an okay movie that I found fine overall. I think it was an okay movie. But I think it was fine. I didn't hate it. No, didn't hate it. I think it was just a okay movie. It's with the dude from New Girl. So yeah, I like him as an actor. He was good in it. I enjoy him in this movie. And this movie overall was just a good enough movie that I found okay. I don't know who the girl's in this movie, but she did good. But overall, this movie was okay. It's not the worst. It's not the best. It was just an okay movie. At 124, we have Secret Sorority of Secretborn Royals. This movie, I did enjoy it. It was an okay movie. Didn't hate, didn't love. Just an okay movie that I found interesting. I was really intrigued in watching this movie because I didn't know if it was going to be good or if it was going to be bad. And it was in the middle. It was fine. It was bad. It was good. It was just okay. But yeah, this movie was fine. Didn't hate it. Didn't love it. Just an okay movie that I found fine. Maybe if I would like it a bit more better, would like it a bit more of a better story. I don't really like the story to this movie. I wish it could be a bit more better. But the story was okay. I just wanted to have a bit more better of a story, so I get to know more about what this is. At 123, we have The Wrong Missy. I was looking forward to this movie because of David Spade. I love David Spade as an actor, and in this movie, I enjoy this movie. Yeah, I do. It's an okay movie. I don't think it's great, amazing, or bad, or awful. I just think it's an okay movie that I found fine enough. Some things were a bit stupid in this movie. Some things were actually not that bad. But yeah, overall, this movie was just a fine enough movie. The Wrong Missy, I just have fun with it. Yeah, I did. So this was another movie I watched in lockdown, and I found it fine. I enjoyed it. Just a fun enough movie that I had enjoyment with it. Just not a bad movie that I liked. But The Wrong Missy is definitely a movie that I would maybe recommend. Yeah, I think you should watch it. You might like it. 122 we have is The Babysitter Killer Queen. This movie I found okay. The first one's way better than this one, but this one was just an okay movie. It was okay. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It was just an okay movie. But yeah, it was just a fine enough movie that I didn't hate, I didn't love. It was just a fine movie. Maybe people love it more than me, or maybe hate it more than me. But for me, I think it was just an okay movie that I found good enough to make it high on my list. Not that high, but you know what I mean. But yeah, The Babysitter Killer Queen, just a fine enough movie that I found okay. I would maybe watch this again. Depends what I feel like, but it's a fine enough movie for me. 121 is The Tax Collector. People might like this movie, people might hate this, but for me, I enjoy this movie. This is a good enough movie that I found interesting. I was interested in this. We got Shia LaBeouf in this movie, and I think he's a good enough actor. But this movie was just an okay movie that I found just okay. And yeah, just not a bad enough movie that I didn't like. But yeah, just an okay movie that I found okay. And last movie for this part is Godmothered. This movie, a fine enough movie that I found okay. I didn't hate it. No, I think it was just okay. I didn't review this movie, but if I would, I think it was a good enough movie to watch. It was fine. Julia Bell and Isla Fisher was fine in this movie. But yeah, this movie was just an okay movie. And yes, that was it. I will be doing my 119 to 159 tomorrow. So I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe to my channel. Big help. Thanks for watching. Take care. Peace.